cause of climate change, compared to the average global temperature that's up by slightly less than 1 degree.
Hi guys, so me and my friend given the task to do a survey about the climate change. We chosen the Batu Gajah and the Amjad to do the survey. Okay, first thing first, we ask them about their background. So some of the question asking about their gender, age and their living area, such as rural or urban area. So, as you guys can see from the graph, our survey consists of 50% of male and the other 50% is female. In overview, male are more likely aware about the climate change. This is because men are more exposed to the outside area compared to the women. Moving on, the most range age of our respondent is between 16 to 25. At this range of age, these young people are most aware about the climate change. From the question, 50% of them are living in the city and the other half is living at the rural area.
Now we proceed to the general information concerns. The most issue of the climate change concern in Malaysia has been dominated by the air pollution, then continue with the pollution of the river and the sea, and also the pollution of the waste material or waste management. From what we have seen from the bar chart, most of the respondents said that they had been manipulated by the air pollution. Also, they had been affected by the air pollution. From the 50 respondents based on the survey that we had made, more than 20% of them said that they feel about the weather changes, about the climate change, and also more than 30% of the respondents said that they do not feel any changes about the climate change. It means that the climate change surround them do not manipulate them about their daily activities. Based on the survey that we already done, and we had made a graph about the opinion of the respondents toward the climate changes, and 50% or the half of the pie chart said that 50% of the respondents have health problem regarding to the climate change. From the 50 respondents, the cause of the climate change state that 31% of the climate change is because of the deforestation, while other 19% and 15% state that it because of the improper waste management and also the chemical waste management used by the factories, maybe to the river and also to the air surrounding the living area.
Okay, let's move to the third part of this presentation, which is the global environmental issues. Okay, the first part is the climate change realization. The question is how much people know about the climate change. 70% of our respondents we have interviewed said yes. We are lucky most of them know about the climate change. While the rest, I'm sure they are lack of knowledge about the climate change. The question is, where do they know about it? Based on the chart, most of them stated that they get the information from the televisions. Television have contributed the most, and then the internet came along. The scientists are the ones that people believe the most. Also, family members and friends have the most influence to the respondents about the climate change. Next, does the climate change important to them? 48% of the respondents said quite important.
And why the climate change is important to them? because 50% of the respondents said that it is because 50% of the respondents said that the earth is our living area. The other opinion from 50% of our respondents said that it is for our future generation. From this bar chart, we have analyzed the thoughts from our respondents about two things. One, does climate change affecting them? And two, does it can be tackled? For the first question, majority of them said that yes, climate change is affecting them. It is because they can feel the difference from the environment, such as heat is increasing in our surrounding. And the second one, does climate change can be tackled? Yes, 50% of the respondents, which is majority of them, believe that climate change can be tackled. Gratefully, most of our respondents think that they can change or tackle the climate change. Most of them believe in tackling the climate issue, we must not doing open burning, because open burning usually produce a lot of greenhouse gases which contribute to climate change. So the next question is, who must take the responsibility to change this climate? From this data, the respondents believe that the national government had the upper hand to change this issue. It is because that the national government has the power to make a move, even though it is on national scale. It's gonna result a larger scale, which is globally. We are happy to share with you about some of the actions that had been taken by our respondents. Those actions are recycling, herbs planting, face mask, less plastic usage, and also increase the awareness of their children. The next slide is about their awareness. We have given them some statements about the global environments, whether they agree or disagree about the statements. From this pie chart, it shows that most of them agree with the statements. The value of means shows that the respondents are only aware a bit to the climate change, because it is ranging between 2 or 3. Let's move to the next part.
How does the environment really important to them? So, in our survey, we have provided them several situations on how they will react to the environment. For example, are they willing to sacrifice their job in order to improve the environment situations? Most of the people will choose the agree statement, which means they are concerned on the environment, positive impacts to our life. And the final mean was 2.3. It means that most of them are agree on the statement. So proceed to the next part. The reason behind why they did the daily activities. So for the first one, we are looking on activities of walk or cycle to the work. They choose to cycle or walk to the workplace because it is convenient for them. Some of them choose to save money. However, some of the people still to concern on the environment because most of them choose to protect the environment. Only few of them choose to do the activities because of moral obligations. There are several activities that we have chosen in this survey that people do in their daily activities. For example, walk or cycle to the workplace, buy organic foods, use efficient bulbs, and so on. So we have come up to the end of this presentation. In conclusion, we can conclude that most of the people in Malaysia are still aware of the environment.